Hello and welcome back to the channel. For today's video, we're going to take a look at Chien-Pao EX. Let's hop onto it. Alrighty, so here is Chien-Pao EX with 220 HP, so a little bit squishier than the EXs in this format, but it has a cool ability called Shivery Chill, which allows you to take 2 water energies from your deck and then put them into your hand. So that works really well with the attack Hail Blade. For 2 water energies, you can discard any amount of water energy on your board in any way that you like, and if you do so, you can do 60 damage times the amount of energies that you discarded this way. So allows you to take some really big one-hit knockouts. Now the way that we power up the Chien-Pao is with the Baxcalibur and its super cold ability, allowing you to take water energies from your hand and attach them to your Pokemon in any way that you like. So it is just a really great way to accelerate energy onto your board. It is a stage 2, but we do play Irida and Rare Candy in order to get our Baxcalibur set up by turn 2. We also play the Radiant Greninja, of course, with the concealed cards, and Moonlight Shuriken gives us more options to snipe our opponent's board and use concealed cards alongside the Shivery Chill to just draw into some more cards. And speaking of draw, we play the Pyukumuku. If I ever play 4 Irida in a deck, I am going to try and squeeze a Pyukumuku in the deck just because it is a great target in case you don't need any other water Pokemon with Irida, just so that you can draw 1 extra card, and it just is a great way to push through your deck and see more cards throughout the game. And another spicy tech that I tried to include in this deck is the Eiscue with the block face attack. For 3 energies, you deal 70 damage, but you prevent your opponent from doing any damage to you by basic Pokemon. The reason why I added this in the deck is for those single prize matches against, like, say, Lost Box, so they can't hit you with Cram and can still knock out Comfeys, and also against United Wings, which is becoming a little bit more popular now, and it also helps you against other EX Pokemon like Chien-Pao as well, and Ting-Lu, which are also on the ladder. Now the reason why this deck can keep up in this meta is because of cards like Superior Energy Retrieval. It allows you to discard 2 cards from your hand, but then put 4 basic energy into your hand so that you can use it with the Baxcalibur and power up another Chien-Pao again and hit for a decent amount of damage. Now I am playing the Lost City in this deck. There is a debate whether to play Lost City or Skater Park. I personally am playing the Lost City just because I like the fact that this deck is super aggressive, and if you can take those big knockouts early on and then Lost Zone your opponent's Pokemon, they can't really recover towards the late game. And we are playing some other disruption cards like Avery and Iono, so combine that with the Lost City, you are pretty much forcing your opponent in a tough position as your Chien-Paos are just taking knockout after knockout. And that's pretty much it for the deck list. Here is an image of the deck list if you want to try it out for yourselves. It will also be in the description below, so definitely check that out. And let's hop onto the ladder and I'll show you some of the matches that I got with the Chien-Pao. We do lead with the Eiscue, but we have double Battle VIP Pass and Switch, so we can get in with a Chien-Pao. It looks like we're going up against Dialga. That can actually be pretty tough for us just because of weakness. So we'll see how we play this. We can grab Greninja and Bax. Let's use Greninja first to see what we can draw into. Okay, another Bax, that's good. We have our board pretty much set up, and then I'm going to go ahead and use Battle VIP Pass to grab Chien-Pao and Bidoof. So hopefully if we can get a knockout on the Dialga before it can get set up, that's kind of ideal. We're going to go Shivery Chill here, grab the 2 energies, and then attach and pass. We are kind of bricked though, but we have Greninja. Hopefully they don't pat us, and then that way we can kind of see more out of our deck. But if we can get, well, how many do we need? I think we need 4 energies to knock out the Dialga. If we can get 4 energies in play, we can knock out their Dialga here, which would be ideal. But they could get another one benched and set up ready to go after we knock it out. It looks like they attach to this one, which is totally fine. Temple Sinnoh, okay, that's not gonna hurt us too much, so I think we're fine. And they just go with the metal coating, so they can get an energy from the discard and attach it to the active. 3 Nest Balls. Okay, let's first do Shivery Chill. See if we can get potentially an Irida. We go ahead, discard. We got an Irida. That's amazing. So we can go ahead and get this knockout actually. So let's go ahead, Irida for the Bax. And we don't need Rare Candy, so what is going to be best? Maybe Ultra Ball to grab Bidoof or Bibarel? Do we have Bibarel in deck? Let's just double check. We do. Okay. So I could do that. Definitely get rid of some of these Nest Balls. So let's actually do that. So we're gonna go Baxcalibur and Ultra Ball. We're gonna go ahead, Rare Candy into the Bax. I probably should have done the 60 HP one, but we're not going up against Lost Box, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's go ahead and Ultra Ball away some of these Nest Balls. And grab ourselves Bibarel. And this way we have some draw for the next couple of turns so we don't get stuck with like an Iono or something. We're gonna go ahead and Super Cold onto the Baxcalibur, or not the Baxcalibur, the Chien-Pao. And that should be enough to take a knockout on the Dialga. We're just double checking that there's no weakness or resistance. And you know what? We could even just put the Lost City in. That way we can Lost City the Dialga if they can't recover it somehow. And then we'll just go ahead and Hail Blade. Get rid of these guys. And take a knockout. And then next turn, if they do try to set up another Dialga, we can actually Irida for Superior Energy Retrieval and then kind of rinse and repeat. And we also get another Baxcalibur too, so we have multiple to work with. We could even attack with the Baxcalibur and use Buster Tail, maybe to hit this Greninja. That could also be a possibility. But I also kind of want to take out their Magnezone when they do get it set up. Because if I can take out their Energy Acceleration, then it might be harder for them to get attacking. Also, I didn't even realize that, but they could use Magnemite as, or Magnezone as an attacker, which would take the knockout on my Chien-Pao. We got the Retrieval anyway, so let me see if we can get like Retrieval Boss. That would be good. How did this Eiscue get here? Oh, from the start of the game, I started with it. I was like, I definitely didn't VIP pass for it. Alrighty. So, let's go Shivery Chill first, thin the deck out. We have one energy left in deck. If I can grab Boss, that would be ideal. So let's go ahead and do this. We have another Lost City. I'm gonna go ahead and Retrieval. I could just knock out the Magnezones here, actually. Yeah, because if I Retrieval, grab 4 energies back, I have 1 in hand, I can discard 2. That gives me 3 for Greninja, and I take 2 prizes on the Magnemites. I think that's going to be the best play. So let's actually do that first. Let's go ahead, Retrieval, get rid of the Avery and the Bidoof. We're not going to need those. Let's go ahead and grab 4 energies here. Now, this is a situation where Skater Park would be better because then we don't lose those 2 energies by retreating, but I don't think it's too big of a deal. We do play switching options. We do play a lot of energy recovery, so I think we should be fine regardless. And then before we do anything, I am going to Industrious Incisors just to see what I can grab. We do get Irida. Do we need it? I guess I could Irida for like Switch, so let's go ahead and do that. Let me Irida first, see what is in our deck. I could grab another Chien-Pao here, but I think I'm gonna grab Puke just for some extra draw. And it looks like we prized. Nope, we have Rope, so we can go ahead and Rope here. Okay, perfect. So I'm good with this. Let's go ahead and Puke. Draw an extra card. That's perfect. Love to see it. And then we'll go ahead and Rope here. And then that way we can Greninja swing on the Magnemites, but then also keep our Chien-Pao with some energy on it so that we can KO a Dialga eventually. So we'll go ahead and Moonlight Shuriken, discard the 2, and then ping these guys. So they're going to have a harder time getting energy in play for the Dialga. Okay, Battle VIP Pass, Bibarel, not great, but I think we are fine here. We can get another superior energy retrieval. That would be really nice, because if we can get 4 energies on a Chien-Pao on top of the 2 that it currently has, we can potentially knock out Dialga VSTAR if they do evolve into it. But also having Lost City in play just means that they can't get those Magna Zones, or the Magnemites back, right? Everything is in the Lost Zone, so it's going to be harder for my opponent to recover. That's why I like the Lost City in this deck, just because of the fact how the Chien-Pao is just an aggressive card. You can attack pretty early with it, as long as you can get Baxcalibur set up. And there's just a concession. Yep, so this deck is just really broken, especially if you can get a really great turn 1s and turn 2s. If you can get set up earlier before your opponent, it is just kind of... It just dominates your opponent. Another pretty good start from us. We are going second, so that does mean we're going to be a turn behind in terms of attacking. It looks like we're going up against Garde. So interesting matchup here. But we have Battle VIP Pass, so we can get some Frigibaxes in play. We have Chien-Pao active, and we have Lumineon, so we can Lumineon for Irida if we need to next turn. But let's see what we can grab off of a Greninja. They do bench that Manaphy, so no Greninja shenanigans from us, but as long as we can knock out Zacians and potentially try and knock out a Gardevoir EX when it does come onto the field, then that's pretty much our goal. And also, if we can get Lost City in play, getting rid of these Raltses throughout the game really limits my opponent's board towards the end game, so I kind of want to aim for that, taking my knockouts alongside the Lost City. Let's see if we can manage that. But just a Roar of the Sword from my opponent. We do get the Bidoof, so that's nice. Let's go ahead and Shivery Chill. Thin the deck out. Use the VIP pass to grab ourselves the Fridge and the Greninja. I think that seems best. We have Rare Candy, Baxcalibur next turn. Let's go ahead and conceal cards. See what we can grab. We do get the Irida off the Greninja, so that's pretty good. I'm going to save the Lost City in case... I don't think they're going to ever play Path, so I don't need to worry about that. But let's go ahead and Irida here for, say, another Frigibax. And... actually, do I need another Frigibax? I could go Chien-Pao here. And what's gonna be best? I guess I can go Nest Ball. Actually, let's do this. Let's just thin out these cards just in case. How many retrievals are we? Yeah, I think this seems fine for now. I'm gonna put the actually, I'm gonna hold the Chien-Pao. I'm gonna use the VIP pass to grab this, and then hold the Chien-Pao for next turn, and then I'm just going to attach. I think that's right, because I want to save the spot for Lumineon if I do get bricked next turn. Yeah, we already have the Rare Candy Baxcalibur in hand. I don't foresee them playing anything like Judge or Iono, but they could, and if they do, that would suck. But I think we should be fine. Let's see. They have no energy in the discard, but they can get a good amount now they're starting to evolve into Curlias. There's that Iono, so unfortunately no dice there, but it's fine. We can still Ultra Ball 4. And we got Irida anyway, so we do still get to play the game next turn. But we'll just see how fortunate my opponent can be getting their Zacian set up this turn. There's a Greninja in that last bench slot. So essentially 3 Gardevoirs to work with. Do they get the Rare Candy into a Gardevoir this turn? That is a question. We'll see. We also still play Avery in the deck, so I'm kind of hoping to maybe Lumineon for Avery and then force them to discard these Ralts, because if they discard the Manaphy, then that opens up a Greninja play. Well, it looks like no Rare Candy play this turn, so they're not going to be able to attack with the Zacian, so that means we have a chance to knock out the Zacian this next turn. What we can do is actually... what should we do, actually? We can Shivery Chill, grab 2 energies, that gives us 4. Radiant Greninja, 1 of them. And that should still be enough to take a knockout. And yeah, it's just a Roar of the Sword this turn. I think there's energy on Curlia, and I think they might foresee, yeah, the knockout on the Zacian. So the Kirlia is getting the energy priority. We don't need the Manaphy. Let's go ahead. Let's Shivery Chill first. See if we can naturally draw into boss, or it's not boss, Rare Candy. Let's go ahead and do that. No Dice there, but we can Ultra Ball, get rid of the Nest Ball and the Manaphy to grab ourselves the barrel. Oh, the barrel. So I'll put that in play. That way we are kind of Iono proofed at this point. I could Kirlia or knock out their Kirlia here. But I do need to use Irida for the Rare Candy. So I think I'm gonna just stick with this. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves another Chien-Pao, because I do foresee an attack next turn, and then Rare Candy. So let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and bench that Chien-Pao here. Let's go ahead and Rare Candy this Frigibax so that we can get Baxcalibur. We can go ahead and use the Super Cold ability to get energy onto my Chien-Pao. We need 4. Yep. And then now we can go ahead and barrel for a couple more cards. Okay. Don't think we need anything at the moment. We could use Ultra Ball to sort of grab Lumineon if we need it when they do knock out the Chien-Pao next turn. So let's go ahead and just Hail Blade. Take 2 prizes here. We know they play Iono, so I'm foreseeing an Iono potentially next turn to kind of limit our hand now that we've taken 2 prizes. But I think they might just prioritize attacking next turn. So they might want to just use their Curly abilities to discard a lot of cards in their hand and maybe just build their hand size next turn. If they don't knock me out, but I foresee them knocking me out, but if they don't, we do have a chance to potentially go like Chien-Pao, switch Chien-Pao, there's Iono, and then maybe grab a lot of energies from that. We do get the Avery, so that's actually really nice. I don't mind the Avery play here. Just depends on what my opponent does next turn. So my thought process next turn is I can Avery. If they prioritize the Manaphy, which I'm assuming they will, they'll have to they'll probably get rid of Ralts and Greninja and keep these 3 Kirlias in play. And then from there, I could either swing with the Chien-Pao, or I can try and retreat and start coming up with the Baxcaliburs. It looks like they have Gardevoir EX in hand because they decided to get rid of one. There's a Shining Arcana Garde. Do they also play the Reversal Energy? Because I think that's what they're searching for, is Reversal Energy here. They have 6 in the discard, so they can get the knockout here. So I'm not sure why they got rid of... Okay, yep, so there's the Gardevoir EX. So they are aiming to get this knockout on my Chien-Pao. That is the play. Actually, I think I saw someone do this as well. But we could try and knock out these Gardes with Frigibax. Maybe not this one, because it does require 3 energies to do Bite, so it might make more sense to go with the Buster Tail. But I think what is it? I think this guy? Yeah, do 30. But unfortunately, they don't need to put as many energies onto this Gardevoir to take the knockout. So, looks like we're not going to be going with that line of play. We're just going to still be attacking with Chien-Paos. Yeah, let's do this first. Just so I can thin the deck out. We do have Lost City, that's going to be really good. So I'm going to go ahead and Shivery Chill first. Gotta make sure to thin the deck out. Let's go Avery first. I want to see what my opponent does. Yep, so there's the Ralts of the Greninja. Let's go Puke first. We got Rope. We could Rope and either knock out the Kirlia on the bench, because I highly doubt they'll give up the Manaphy. Or they might come up with Gardevoir EX, and then I could probably swing into it, but I don't know if I'll be able to take the knockout this turn, so I think I'll save the Rope. Let's go Rare Candy into the Bax. Although the thing is, I was hoping to maybe get a Baxcalibur attack in this turn. That way I don't have to waste a Chien-Pao. I don't have Switch, and I don't want to use Greninja on the off chance that I don't get an energy to attack this next turn. I only need to discard one energy, so let's just go ahead and take the knockout here. Let's go put 2 energies on the Chien-Pao. We can still Lost City, that way... Hold on. They have 1 Ralts in the discard, so they can recover 1 Ralts. But I think I will still Lost City, that way they can't recover this Gardevoir line. Gardevoir? They can't recover the Gardevoir line. Do I want to burn this Nest Ball? What does Nest Ball get me? Eiscue, none of this is going to be really helpful, so I'll just burn the Nest Ball. I think it's fine here. That way I can go Bibarel for an extra card. Okay, I'm fine with that. Let's go ahead and do Hail Blade. Take a knockout on the Garde. And then just take a prize here. I don't know if that was optimal, but I think the Avery did help so that we can prep for a knockout on a Gardevoir. I just need to be mindful about my Chien-Paos, because I will lose this one to the Lost Zone. But they do Rod back that Ralt, so I am glad I put the Lost City in play. Otherwise, that would have been 1 more Ralts for them to have recovered. And there's a Collapse, so we're fine with that. Okay, level ball for Ralts, fair enough. Okay. I'm thinking, is it worth doing Rope here now? There's that reversal energy. But I can definitely easily get the knockout here. This is Asian. So I think what I need to set up for, now that they bench that Zacian, they do give me a win condition here. So if I can set up a Chien-Pao next turn, what I could do is knock this out with Baxcalibur, and then try and boss up the Zacian for knockout. I still have my boss. I want to make sure it's not prized. I'm pretty sure I have a boss in deck. Okay, so there's knockout on the Chien-Pao. They're gonna go down to 2 prizes, so I need to kind of play a 1 prize game here. Let's see, we have Nest Ball. I'm pretty sure my Chien-Pao's prize, because I remember doing Nest Ball last turn. and not being able to see a Chien-Pao. So I'm going to go ahead and Ultra Ball, get rid of these guys. Actually, let's get rid of the Nest Ball. Yeah, so it looks like it's prized. I could actually put the Eiscue in play. Let's do that. I mean, they could also just Rare Candy into Gardevoir, but they would have to search for that off of an Iono of 2. I think that's going to be the best play, and we do have 2 boss. Let's go ahead and actually grab the Eiscue. That could be a decent attacker against their Zacian. But I guess they also attack with Gardevoir EX, so I don't need to worry about that. Let's just go ahead and Iono here. They go down to 2. We get Superior Energy Retrieval. That's really good. Let's go ahead, Industrious Incisors. Let's go draw one more card with Puke. Ooh. It's a lot of retrievals. Okay. In terms of Irida, we'll have one more in the deck, but I don't need it, essentially. Let's go ahead and do this. With Superior Energy Retrieval, get rid of these guys. I think these are more important at the moment, because I do want to set up my attackers now. Let's go ahead and Greninja, maybe draw into some more cards that could be useful. Not great, but I mean, we could use that as fodder for Superior Energy Retrieval. So let's go ahead and Super Cold into our Baxcalibur here. And then I'm thinking we save these retrievals, though. Hopefully we can grab Chien-Pao off of the prizes. So we'll go ahead and use Buster Tail, take the knockout here, and then this is it. It has to be it. Yes, let's go. Okay, so we got Chien-Pao. So now all we have to do is try and fish for boss for game, or if we can get 8 energies on a Chien-Pao, we should be golden and knock out this Gardevoir EX for game as well. So we'll see if my opponent can recover after Iono of 2. Okay, looks like just a Psychic Embrace. The one thing we do need to be mindful of is if I have 7... No, wait. For some reason, I keep thinking Hail Blade does 40 times. But even so, like, we're going to be able to get the knockout with 2 Superior Energy Retrievals. We just need to make sure we have enough energies to discard to do that with. But I think we should be fine to take the knockout with the Chien-Pao. We get rid of Heavy Ball? Okay. So even if I didn't get the Chien-Pao off of the prizes, we would have had to have tried Fish for Heavy Ball. But I think we're going to be okay here. We'll go ahead and do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give them the thumbs up. Attach energy here. 1, 2, 3. We'll go ahead and retreat. That way the energy's in the discard for me. We'll go Bibarel so that we have one more card to discard. We can go and Retrieval here. Get rid of these 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Super Cold all of those energies. And then go for our big attack this turn. Pretty sure we can take the knockout. 420 damage. Yep. Hail Blade for the knockout on the Gardevoir EX. And you can just see that this deck is just very aggressive. Big one-hit KOs. Obviously, yes, you are going up with a really weak 2-prizer as well, but if you can be aggressive with the Lost Cities and all that, you can definitely put your opponent in a position where they can't really recover after your big knockouts, and you're just kind of like riding the game from there. So that is going to be it for the video. If you liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys later. put 4 basic energy Pokemon. Energy Pokemon? What does that even mean?